Welcome back. This is a summary, an extract of my previous video entitled Space-Time Cycles Simply Understood. So if you wanted to watch the entire video, you can watch that one. But this one focuses primarily on the yugas, which are the large spans of time. Let's get started. Let's take this even further. So what are the large cycles of time, which are called yugas in the Sanskrit literature? So the notion of how old is Earth, planet Earth, and how old is the universe. So fortunately, both NASA and the Sanskrit literature of India, they both agree about approximately on how old the Earth is and how old the universe. NASA says very clearly that the time since the Big Bang is approximately 14 billion years. That's exactly what is written down here. And the age of planet Earth is 4.6 billion years. And human beings have been on planet Earth for the past 4.3 million years. Now, let's introduce the concept of yugas. So yugas are large cycles of time, and there are 4 yugas in a cycle. We have Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dvapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. Okay. This spreadsheet over here describes the amount of time it takes for these yugas. So the Satya Yuga is 1.7 million years. Treta Yuga is 1.2 million approximately. Dvapara Yuga is 864,000 years, and the Kali Yuga is 432,000 years. The total is 4.3 million years. And that's what we have over here. That's how long human beings have been on planet Earth. It gets even more interesting. So stay tuned for more. So there's another notion called kalpa. Kalpa is a cosmic cycle, the period of time which they call eon, okay, from creation of the universe to the next creation of the universe. That's pretty large, okay? So one kalpa is one day of Brahma al-Khaliq, the creator, okay? Is divided into 4 manvantaras. So what are the manvantaras? These are the divisions of the kalpa, okay? We are currently in the manvantara number 7, which is this one right here, called current. And that kind of divides the time of the kalpa, which is equivalent to 1 day of Brahma. Okay, please, give me your attention here, because this is kind of important. So 1 day for the creator, Brahma, al-Khaliq, is 1 kalpa. Okay. Now, interestingly, the Quran, Book of Islam, says the same thing. وَإِنَّ يَوْمًا عِنْدَ رَبِّكَ كَأَلْفِ سَنَةٍ مِمَّا تَعُدُّونَ. Surah Al-Hajj. So there is a lot of correlation between these two different texts. Okay, the Sanskrit text of India and the Quran, and I'm pretty sure it's similar in other scriptures as well, in the Bible and the Torah and other scriptures. So let's dig a little bit deeper into the 4 yugas, right? We said there are 4 yugas in the cosmic cycle: the Satya Yuga, the Treta Yuga, the Dvapara Yuga, and the Kali Yuga. We are now in the Kali Yuga, by the way. It started about 3,200 years BC. That's when the Kali Yuga started. Also, Kali Yuga is referred to as the Age of Darkness. Interestingly, we are in the Age of Darkness. So, Yuga cycles witness a gradual decline of Dharma, wisdom, knowledge, intellectual capability, lifespan, emotional and physical strength. Okay, what does that mean? Let's take a look. So the first yuga, or the large span of time in a cosmic cycle, is called Satya Yuga. That started about 4.3 million years ago with the first human being. It was the age of truth according to the Vedas and the Rig Veda, to be specific. Okay, so I have my sources here in the Surya Siddhanta and the Rig Veda, and of course the Wikipedia. So you can refer to those, of course, but it would be it's a very large amount of literature that you have to go through in Sanskrit. Okay, so I'm trying to simplify this for you right now. So Satya Yuga again is the age of the truth or golden age. It's the first cycle of time. It is the age of truth and perfection. This yuga has no crime, and humans are kind and friendly. Humans live long lives, are powerfully built, honest, youthful, vigorous, and virtuous. The four Vedas, knowledge, are one. Okay, so it's kind of the beginning of this cycle. So everything is just perfect. All mankind can attain the supreme blessedness. There is no agriculture or mining, since the earth yields those riches on its own. Okay, weather is pleasant and everyone is happy. There is no disease or fear of anything. Virtue reigns supreme. Okay, so obviously in this yuga, or this large span of time, we don't have much decline in the morality and values of people. What's interesting about this, it says here that Satya Yuga starts with an average lifespan of 100,000 years and stature of 11.17 meters or 33 feet 6 inches. So the people lived a long time and were very, very tall. You may be thinking, how is this possible? Well, let me continue and I will explain. I will give you some other examples to support this argument. Next, the second cycle is called Treta Yuga. It has 3/4 virtue and 1/4 sinfulness. So this is when people start to decline in their virtue and morality. At the beginning of the age, many emperors rise to dominance and conquer the world. So there is a struggle there. Wars become frequent and weather begins to change to extremities. Agriculture, labor, and mining become existent. So the people have to actually work to get their food. Treta Yuga starts with an average lifespan of 10,000 years and a stature of 7.5 meters, 22 feet 4 inches. All right, this is where it gets interesting. Dvapara Yuga, the third cycle, is 2/4 virtue and 2/4 sinfulness. So it's 50-50. In this age, people become tainted with qualities that aren't as strong as their ancestors. Diseases become rampant. Humans are disconnect and fight each other. And the Vedas are divided into 4 parts. This is when the Vedas actually started to become, written down. People still possess characteristics of youth and old age. So Dvapara Yuga starts with an average lifespan of 1,000 years and a stature of 3.8 meters or 11 feet 2 inches. Now, here's the interesting part. According to IslamWeb.net, I'll read this in Arabic. This is very similar to what this is talking about. كان طول آدم 60 ذراعا في 7 أذرع عرضا فلم يزل الخلق ينقص حتى الآن. It is also, so this is talking about Adam, the Prophet Adam, the first created human being. He was very, very tall. And it is also very well known that Adam lived to be about 1,000 years. Even Prophet Noah, Nabi Noah, he lived to be 1,000 years. So I would argue that the creation of Adam as a human being happened at the beginning of the Dvapara Yuga. So Adam was not the first human being. Okay, so that's a lot of Islamic scholars online kind of agree with that. So if you need more information about that, you may want to search the references on that as well. But that's my best estimate for when Adam was created. Okay. Now you may say, okay, but how is it possible? Adam was the first person. How is it could be people before him? Well, that's a whole different discussion for another video. We can discuss that later. I would love for you to hear your opinion in the comments below, please. Please keep an open mind, okay? This is not a religious argument. This is more about, comparing spiritual scriptures. The last cycle is called Kali Yuga. It's 1/4 virtue and 3/4 sinfulness. In this age, this is the age of darkness, which have started, obviously, as I said before, at the end of the Mahabharata war in India, which is approximately 3,200 years BC. Okay, this is approximate. So people stop following dharma. Basically they stop following the scriptures, and they lack virtue. They become slave to their passions and are barely as powerful as their earliest ancestors of Satya Yuga. So basically people are shrinking in size and in number of years they live. Society falls to disuse and people become liars and hypocrites. I'm sure you can relate to that, right? I mean, we have a lot of those these days. So knowledge is lost and scriptures are diminished. Humans eat forbidden and dirty food. The environment is polluted, considered a scarcity in food and water. Wealth is heavily diminished, and families become non-existent. Kali Yuga starts with an average lifespan of 100 years and a stature of 1.75 meters, 5 feet 3 inches. I mean, that is pretty accurate to the number of years that people live on average these days, and how tall are they. So this is approximately the average height of a person on planet Earth in the year 2022. We hope that you enjoyed this video and find it informative. And if you did, please feel free to subscribe to this channel and leave a comment below about any topic that you would like us to cover in the future. Thank you and take care.